Good morning. It's turning out to be a stellar day for the markets. You've tuned into Traders 20 on ET Now. I'm Megha Chadha.
Hi Megha, and hi to all of our viewers. It certainly is turning out to be a great day. So Traders 20 over the next half hour will get you your daily dose of 20 fresh stock ideas so that you can have a profitable trading day. So over the next half hour, top technical experts will come together to identify some of the most exciting equity trading ideas.
And along with all the equity ideas, we'll also be showcasing commodity picks as well as strategies that would help you make the best of the futures and options markets. So let's get started then. First up, by introducing the 6 technical titans who will be joining in on the show. We have Ashwini Gujral joining in from New Delhi, Mitesh Thakkar, Sandeep Wagle, as well as Dr. C.K. Narayan from Mumbai, Rajat Bose from Kolkata, and Deepak Mohani from Pune.
Well, for the equity markets, it's a fairly steady screen. Remember, we did manage to touch that fresh 2-year peak at the crucial 6100 level. That means that it was the 4th straight day of gains for the index. We have tempered off, but still within kissing distance of that crucial level. So 6094 on the Nifty as we speak. And for the Sensex, we're higher by just about 36 points at 20,138. Most of your sectoral indices did spurt up smartly, but they have tempered off. Let's pull up some of the top gainers, largely coming in from the banking as well as the metals arena. And you've got consumer durables and IT a bit soft today. Asian Paints, big thumbs up to its numbers. NTPC higher in the session. You've got Sun Pharma and ACC after seeing a bit of a down day. You are seeing a little bit of recovery in some of these cement stocks. Unilever ahead of its numbers is steady by 1.5%. ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Punjab National Bank, so select banking counters. Add to that list Jindal Steel and Power as well as Reliance Industries after yesterday's rip-rolling rally continues to remain in the green at 929. On the downside though, you're seeing GAIL India off by close to 3%, BPCL, Lupin, Hero MotoCorp and ONGC is also weighing down. ITC, HCL Technologies as well as TCS and Infi looking a tad weak. But no complaints given that the advanced decline ratio is continuing to remain in favor of the gaining side. Here's that quick disclaimer before we get rolling with Traders 20. Please do consult your financial advisor if at all you will be taking positions in any of the stocks recommended. Waiting by is Ashwini Gujral from New Delhi as well as Mitesh Thakkar to identify their trading ideas. Ashwini, what's your sense? Is this rally going to pick up steam or is it just a flash in the pan, and would you go all out and buy?
Yes, any rally that's been continuing for the last 4 or 5 days can't be flash in the pan. Obviously, the market is in a strong uptrend, and even when it's correcting, the corrections are happening on a rolling basis, which means that you never actually see the market down significantly on a day-on-day basis, but intraday you have some dips and then they get bought. And the good thing is that leadership seems to be getting churned and rotated. Now that oil and gas is probably getting a bit sideways, so banks are coming back. So if this kind of musical chairs continues, chances are we will be able to continue on the upside and sustain higher levels. So that's the good thing about the market. And with several large sectors showing momentum on the upside, market has several legs to stand on. Meanwhile, individual stocks, Birla Novo is a buy with a stop about 1150, target of 1225. Asian Paints is a buy with a stop about 4350, target of 4500. Bombay Dyeing is a buy with a stop about 124, target of 140. And Havells is a buy with a stop about 660, target of 705.
Okay, so given the buoyancy in the markets, we've got 4 long ideas coming in from Ashwini. Mitesh, take it to you then. And only if we stabilize above that 6100 mark, do you think the markets would have formed a new base, or you'd be waiting and watching to see what happens next?
I think a good part of the base building happened in the month of December, when the markets kind of did a range of about 5950, 5970 to about 5850, 5830. But I think what has happened is that while the breakout has happened on the Nifty and the market is inching higher, I think it's the stocks which are going through a rotation factor, and I think that's where the stocks which have low percentage in the Nifty are kind of leading the rally for the time being. So therefore the up moves are slightly laboured, because even if the stocks do well, they can't have much effect on the indices. So I think that's a process which goes on in an up move, nothing much to worry about. For the time being, I've got mostly buy calls. The bias remains on the upside. Would look to buy into a Delta Corp with a stop at about 78 for a price target of 86. I've been waiting for the stock to get past 84, 85, 86 levels. I think, that's 84 to 86 is some kind of a weekly supply zone. But I think there are strong signals that we'll see a fresh breakout happening over here, and then we will look for even higher levels. Punjab National Bank can be bought with a stop below 880 for a price target of 940. In fact, the entire banking index is sideways. I think, is on the verge of getting into a buy mode on the intraday charts after having consolidated for last 2 weeks. So PNB looks like one of the early stocks which could possibly lead the PSU banking rally. Jubilant Foods, which has been kind of declining and then has been sideways for the last few days on the 200 average, has given some reversal and fresh buy signals today. Can be bought with a stop at 1259 for a target of 1300. And IDFC, which is bouncing back after taking support from the 10-20 day average, appears to have completed the pullback of the averages, can possibly go and retest the earlier highs of 185, and now can be bought with a stop at 176.5.
Okay, so Delta, PNB, Jubilant Foodworks and IDFC, those are Nitesh's top buying ideas this morning. Well, let's get all your individual stock queries answered right here on the show with Ashwini. Now, our first query for the day comes in on Sobha Developers. We've got Mahtab Hassan, who joins in on the phone line from Bareilly in UP. Hi there, Mahtab. Thanks for being with us. What's your query?
मेरे पास 3000 शेयर शोभा डेवलपर्स है एट द रेट ऑफ 377. मुझे बताइए इसको कितने दिन होल्ड करूं?
पहली बात तो ये है कि कितने दिन आप होल्ड करें ये जरूरी नहीं है. जरूरी ये है कि आप स्टॉप लॉस कहाँ रखें, क्योंकि 3000 क्वांटिटी थोड़ी सी अच्छी है तो वहां पे आपको घाटा नहीं होना चाहिए. स्टॉक जो है पहला काम कर लिया कि वो जो है प्रॉफिट में आ गया. 390 के आसपास अपना एक ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस रखें ताकि जो है किसी भी हालत में आप विद कमीशन जो है घाटे में ना जाएं. दूसरी बात ये है कि ये जो है ना 380-90 के ऊपर जो है बहुत एक नए जोन में आया है. वो ऐसा जोन है जहां पे ये वर्टिकली गिरा था 600 से लेके 400 तक. तो जब ऐसे वर्टिकल गिरावट आती है उसका एक फायदा होता है, जब मार्केट वापस चलती है तो उस जोन में कोई रेजिस्टेंस नहीं होता. तो अगर एक बारी मार्केट में दोबारा रियल एस्टेट आएगा तो ये बहुत तेजी से 580-600 तक पहुंच सकता है. अब वो रियल एस्टेट रैली कल होगी, अगले हफ्ते होगी, अगले महीने होगी, ये कहना मुश्किल है. लेकिन आप एक अच्छे शेयर में बने हुए हैं और अपना स्टॉप लॉस रख के बने रहें और चांसेस आर कि अभी जो है अपसाइड इसमें और अच्छी आनी बाकी है.
ओके, तो मेहताब, शोभा डेवलपर्स तो अश्विनी कह रहे हैं कि आप बने रह सकते हैं, 390 का स्टॉप लगा के रखिएगा. लेकिन let's move on to the next query for the day then. This one comes in on an Opto Circuits, which has been, of course, dealing with issues of corporate governance. We've got an email that's been sent in from Mr. C. Gopal from Kolkata. Now, he's picked up 400 shares of Opto Circuits at about 153 rupees a share and wants to know whether he should hold on or exit. Ashwini, we don't have a time horizon that's been given, and the stock, of course, has lost 17% in just 5 days. What should he do?
Well, at least he can exit. A lot of people in Arshia International can't exit. So, once, say at 140, probably the rumors were not there. So, you have to keep a 10% type of stop on such things. And, now his only option is to get out. He's lucky, he's only losing 30%. If he waits, maybe he can lose 70%, 80%, and then, to recover that kind of money can be very difficult. It's in a deep downtrend, it's crashing, each time it tries to rally. So there's no question about it. Next target here is about 75. So there is no hope for this one.
Okay, no hope for an Opto Circuits. Advisable that you just plain sell. Let's move on then to our last query for the day. This comes in on Rajesh Exports, and this is an email query which has been sent in from Subha Murli from Bangalore, who bought 100 shares of Rajesh Exports at a price of 135.5 and now wants to know if he should hold or sell.
Well, given the other jewelry stocks, this hasn't done a whole lot in the last 5-6 months. If he wants to hang on to this, keep a stop about 120 and look for rallies beyond 150 where you could get 190. Although personally I would think Gitanjali or Titan is a bit better. This is that kind of retail stock, the cash stock, where when the public comes in full force, they would like to buy. The institutions, the players that are today active in the market, they won't go and buy a Rajesh Export, they'll buy a Gitanjali or a Titan. So when you buy a stock, please understand that, whether institutions like to get into that stock, only then you will get that kind of favorable movement. Everything does not move because everything does not have the liquidity that will support institutions.
Okay, that's a word of advice coming in on Rajesh Exports. Gitanjali and Titan are some of the alternatives that Ashwini is also recommending for you. Move on with the show, but before we do that, of course, a disclaimer as well coming in that if you act on any of the advice that's been given on the show, please consult your investment advisor before doing so. Well, it's just not the benchmarks that are holding up very smartly. We're also seeing fair bit of activity actually on the mid-cap side of the market as well. So that's the index that's up by about 0.5%. And the star in the session really is a Pantaloon Retail. After the FI holding in the company has fallen below this prescribed limit. RB Infra also seeing a fair bit of activity. It's up by close to 4%. Glenmark Pharma, Hindustan Zinc are some of the other movers on the gaining side. However, if we talk about the losers then, Opto Circuits, we were just discussing that earlier on in the show. That stock is down once again by about 5% in the session. Shree Cement doesn't seem to be taking too kindly to its numbers despite the fact that they were quite healthy. It's off by 2.5%. M&M Financials and Strides Arco Labs also feature on the losers list.
Okay, so great going for the broader markets as well. Perhaps more buying recommendations then going to come your way. We've got Sandeep Wagle and Dr. C.K. Narayan now joining in. Sandeep, it's some of the large caps that you're nibbling into. What are the levels that you'd buy into for an ICICI Bank?
Well, I think currently at the current level of 1185, 1190, that range, I'm comfortable buying into it. And I would keep a stop loss of 1178. Target is 1212. Basically, price and volumes breakout in the hourly charts is the reason. So I expect this move to come in by end of the day. This is not a call for the next 3-4 days. Latest by tomorrow. The second call is a buy in Asian Paints. Stop loss of 4365, target of 4550. This is broken out of a congestion zone in the daily charts, and I expect this move to come in the next 2 to 3 days. And the third one is a buy in Aditya Birla Nuvo. Stop loss of 1150, target of 1230. A price and volumes breakout in the hourly charts. Again, this move should come in by end of the day or by tomorrow.
Okay, 3 long recommendations coming in from Sandeep in the session right now. And Dr. Narayan, you've also identified 3 buying ideas for our viewers.
Yeah, with the index purged above 6100, I think the market action chooses for itself as being a buy. First off, I would like to recommend long position in Kane India. Came out with some terrific results, and it began the day very well, but has peeled off a little. So I think at the current level, it seems to have done with the intraday short by the players who were long from earlier times, and the intraday charts are revealing some fresh build-up of momentum, which would suggest to me that it should probably move higher by end of today or across the next couple of days. So recommend buying at 343, stop loss of about 338, and looking for a target at 355 by today or tomorrow. Second buy is on CESC, which I think all power sector shares are in bit of demand right now. CESC has seen a range breakout on daily charts, seems to be doing well on intraday charts as of today. 334 is the price at which it is trading. Recommend a buy here, 328 stop. Looking for a target at about 345 to 348 by end of today or tomorrow. Third buy is in Sun Pharma at about 714 rupees. Stock has undergone let's say multi-day correction, which has dropped it down to the 100-day moving average. Now the 100 MA has been acting as a consistent support over a reasonably long period of time, and I think it should do so again. So look to buy at 714 with a stop at 704. And end of day target or a tomorrow target at about 730.
Well, not bad going for the broader indices as well. So as we speak, the small cap index is higher by just about 0.2%. Pull up some of the gainers then. You've got in other industries that's showing you quite a bit of traction. So as we speak, it's firmly in the green. Andhra Cement is having a good run up. You've got an Uttam Galva also holding up in the green. Quite a few of these hotel counters on positive cues are holding up, as is Ashanti Gears. Shree Cement, well, it put out its numbers, a fairly good set at that. The profits were higher by 215% on a year-on-year basis, and the net sales higher by close to 20%. Joining in is Mr. Mahendra Singhi, the Executive Director of Shree Cements, to outline the drivers of growth and what the way forward is. Mr. Singhi, thanks very much for joining in. Congratulations on a good set of numbers. If you could just talk about which segment this time around was responsible for seeing a strong growth in your bottom line. Okay, we'll just connect with Mr. Singhi in a short while from now. To just put some perspective, and if we could pull up the intraday of Shree Cements, well, it has been a gradual downward decline and a marginal amount of recovery, but still unable to defend the green line. And as we speak, Shree Cements is off by close to 2.6%. In terms of the net sales figure, they clocked in 1,428 crore rupees, this coming in higher by 20% as pointed out, vis-a-vis 1,195 crores. The profits also shot up significantly to a good 217 crore rupees versus 69, and EBITDA came in higher by 11% at 71 crores, versus 344 crores. The EBITDA margins, though, contracted to close to 26% vis-a-vis almost 28% last time around. What was largely responsible for a great set of numbers this time around was the way the power segment panned out. That really boosted the overall earnings, and you had the weak performance by the cement business. But perhaps we'll garner more details from Mr. Singhi in just a short while from now. But in the meantime, we've got Rajat Bose and Deepak Mahoney standing by with their top trading recommendations. So Rajat, what's on the list today?
I have 3 buy calls. The market is going up. I'm in close to about 6,100. So first stock is KN India. It has posted a good result, and after that showing a lot of buying momentum. Buy at current levels with a stop below 340 on closing basis, and keep a target of about 351 to about 354. All the stocks that I'm recommending today, all 3 stocks, you can keep it for 2 to 3 days, and stop loss should be on closing price basis. Second stock is Larsen & Toubro. It can be bought at current prices with a stop below 1555. This stock is also showing some traction, and I'm expecting it to hit 1600 plus levels. 1595 to about 1610 should be the target for this. And the third stock is Axis Bank. Buy with a stop below 1388 on closing price basis, and keep targets of 1421 to about 1428. Axis is completing its short-term correction and has started moving up, hence this buy call. And all the 3 stocks, unless the stop triggers on closing price basis, can be held for 2 to 3 trading sessions. The rule of stop carries even on those dates.
Okay, KN India, Larsen & Toubro and Axis Bank. Those are the 3 recommendations coming in from Rajat. Deepak, take it to you. And what are the 3 top trades you're recommending?
3 buys as well, 2 banks and 1 metal stock. The first of the banks is Yes Bank with a stop loss of 510, target of 538. This stock has been in a pretty strong uptrend for quite some time now. It's resuming a move today after a bit of a dip, so good point to get in. Allahabad Bank, another strong bank, probably among the strongest among the PSU banks. Stop loss of 184.5, target of 195. It's resuming a move after a small correction. It's up to a 21-week high. Banks anyway, they've been very good performers now for quite a while. They haven't yet given up on their momentum. And Allahabad Bank now up to a 21-week high, so very much tradable. JSW Steel, metal stocks had taken a bit of a pause, but this stock had carried on, so it's got relative strength within the sector. It's a buy with a stop loss of 855, target of 906, also resuming a move after a short dip, and up to a 10-month high today.
Okay, that is exactly what Deepak is recommending. Some more buying recommendations coming in on your screen. But let's deviate away from equities, find out what are the commodity trading strategies that you should be betting on. Remember, gold is at a 1-month high, and it has gained close to 1% over the last 1 week. Vandana Bharti, Senior Research Analyst at S&C Comtrade, now joins in on the show. Hi there, Vandana. Thanks very much for being with us. Could you walk us through what your trading strategy is for gold?
Yeah, we have got a good news that Japan will expand its asset purchase program, and this is actually giving some upside to the commodities prices, and yes, of course, gold is one of them. And in international market, it is slowly crawling towards the level of 1700 marks, and in Indian market, we are expecting that it will move up. So yes, I am a buyer in gold for the target of 30,850 for the current month, that is February contract, with a stop loss of 30,650.
Right, and when they're talking about crude, then that one's off 4-month highs. What is the trade that you've spotted here?
Yeah, we got some good news from Chinese and US economic front, but yes, apart from US and China, Japan is the third largest consumer of this commodity, and it is contributing around more than 5% of total consumption of crude, and we got a good news from Japanese side, economy side. So yes, even crude oil is moving towards the level of 96. Last interview I gave the target of $96, but this time I would like to extend it till the level of here $97. And in Indian market, it should touch the level of here 5190. But yes, in Indian market, we can see some limited upside in crude oil because of the recent appreciation and very quick appreciation in rupees. So yes, 5190 is the target for crude oil. One can go for buy at current market price with a stop loss of 5135.
Vandana, thanks as always for joining in and walking us through your commodity trading strategies. That's a clear buy coming in on gold and limited upside seen for crude, where there's a buy recommendation on that one. Here's that disclaimer once again. Please do remember that it's important that you consult your financial advisor if you will be taking on board positions in any of the stocks. To our 6 technical guests, pleasure having you with us on the show. Thanks very much for joining in.